Hi Aries, it's Power and Light Tarot Connections reading. Aries, this is going to be your Tree of Life Oracle reading. And it's going to be for Aries, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. It is. And Aries, these readings are... I forgot what I was going to say about this, but let's get into this here. If it turns into a love reading, we're going to have an extended reading, Aries. And I'm setting your cards out here. You have Yin and Yang, and now we have Magic, and this is the Magician. This is Merlin and Vivian, and he was the magician, of course. Vivian, I'm not sure, because these are about lovers, right? And the yin and yang, though, we'll get back to that in a minute. The yin and yang, it can talk about you have a beautiful relationship that could be unfolding. It does. It can also talk about, you know, moving into your financial abundance, and it also talks about just kind of like change, right? Good change, major change coming, especially with yin and yang together, because this is kind of like the light and the dark energy. It is the feminine and the masculine energy, and they're both here. So they're both here to assist. I believe we need both in our life, right? It's kind of like we need we need blood and water to live, kind of like that. But let's look at the Magician card and let's see how beautiful that is. I feel like it is. But interesting thing in this reading, you guys, or in this deck, right? These cards are like, they're all about a story, and sometimes the story lends to the story that these are based on. These are, they're about myths, right, and folklore, but some of them really kind of paint a story about what could be going on sometimes, just kind of lending the theme, right? So let's look at, and this is Magic, and this is mastery, self-empowerment, actualization, and growth. Just like the Magician speaks to, there's usually a love story involved here. Let's see what we have. Okay. All right, let's just see what they have to say here. When we think of magic, we often think of Merlin, right? Famed as the influential advisor and wizard to King Arthur. Yeah, he was. Merlin fell in love with the winter. With the winter. God, this is so small, you guys. With the winter of his life. In the winter of his life, with the lovely Vivian. Yeah. In time, Vivian said that Vivian used the very spells Merlin taught her to entrap him. Wow, you see, ultimately the magic that empowered Merlin all his life had been undone by the only thing more powerful, love. So, you know, he taught her, right, magic, and, you know, she used it on him, which is really interesting, right? Yeah, it's very, very cool, right? But what they're saying here is that love was more important than the magic. Very cool. Okay. So let's see. I feel like there's some type of, you know, indestructible, undeniable, beautiful love that is coming for you here with this yin and yang and this other card. Let's see what we have for Aries. Let's get a couple more cards. And we're going to get right into the Tree of Life Oracle reading. Yeah. And we have the hollow bone, teachability. Teachability. Okay, so this is, you know, speaking to learning, right? They're showing the moose. Wow, the moose bones here. Really interesting here. What is the carcass, right? But you're learning here. I feel like this is a very beautiful energy going on here, right? And somebody could be maybe kind of undoing something that, you know, undoing something and creating something really masterful. If they are not undoing something, they could be undoing their knowledge or the way they thought about things, right? And this is you, most likely, right? The Horseman, Herald of Change. Yeah, you see, as I was just saying, undoing. Yeah, you're open to learn here, Aries. Really interesting. You're open to learn. You're open to love. And I feel like you are moving into something really beautiful. Your reading already looks exciting to me, all right? So, Aries, can I have your reading, right? Let's see what we have, you guys. See what we have. And hope you guys are all well. If you're out here in the Golden State, on the coast, the West Coast, and this is you know, out here in Cali, get out and you know, let's help take back this place, because I fires are here because they have, you know, taken money from CAL FIRE. Yeah, they've done that on purpose, you know. It's all a huge narrative here to really kind of destroy things, yeah. So we need somebody new to lead the state. We really do. And if you guys, you know, in case you don't believe me or you don't, like, agree, you can always look these things up. You can, because, you know, and also, yeah, these fires, I've been living down here a long time, and my whole life, and they are, you know, on purpose, so they can say it's climate change. So let's get into this reading, you guys. If you don't agree with me, you can always look up Agenda 21. Go to a private browser to look it up, because that's what's going on out here. So we're going to stay on this, though, Aries, right? Because I know you want to find out all about your beautiful reading here. You do, all right? You can be saying, Denise, I'm going to turn you into a frog if you don't do my reading. Because here you are, Merlin, right? And Vivian. You could be pulling a Vivian on me, right? Or a Vivian, however she pronounced her name. Let's see what you have. It's probably Anne, because I think they were kind of English, the King Arthur, right? So let's see what we have, you guys. And let's see. The Observer. This is the heart of the matter here. You're agitated, Aries. You're really closely studying a situation. And your highest expectation here is the Warrior. You're trying to fight for some love, or you're expecting somebody to fight for your love. Either one. And there's some type of repeating cycle going on in this reading. The court is here. This is coming into play. The court is usually a decision, unless you're going to go to court. All right, maybe you have the Herald of Change. You're moving into a new relationship. Maybe you are going to go to court. I don't know. Right? And the, you know, the seed, you've already sown a seed with somebody, Aries. It's over here. How other people are affecting you is the sign. Somebody's sending you a sign, and how you are affecting them is the sleeper. Sometimes the sleeper is usually, the main gist of the sleeper is that somebody has woken up and they were asleep. They're like, you know, for whatever reason, right? Like, people are asleep right now. They don't really know what's going on. That's why I said find, you know, go to a private browser and look up Agenda 21 or Agenda 2030. Please do that. Okay, guys. So, Aries, the sleeper is here, and this is like how you are affecting somebody. For me, you woke up. You woke up to a seed that you planted, and I feel like you want to fight for somebody's love here. Maybe that means you're not with them. There could be somebody else here, too, who's trying to fight for your love, because we have agitation, drunkard, the court card. I mean, there's, you know, when we see negative and very positive cards, and you kind of waking up, it could be, you know, you could be here that there could be more than, like, there could be 2 other people in this reading. I'm not really sure, okay? So that's just for some, and it's certainly not for all. Your hopes and fears is the marker, which is kind of really interesting. The marker is kind of like, you could be making a decision, because we have the court card, which is coming into play. And then the marker is like, you could be trying to, like, maybe make a decision and put your finger on it. Like, okay, I've labeled it. I know exactly what I'm going to do here. It's typically what the marker is. But let's get a couple cards here before we kind of, you know, get to that part of the spread. The heart. You see, you love somebody. Definitely. I really like the story about Merlin and Vivian. Vivian. Yeah, I think it's Vivian. No wonder he loved her. I mean, look, he's like an old fart, and she's like this beautiful, you know, young woman. I don't think she had to do any spells on him. What do you guys think? No, okay. So let's see what we have, you guys. And in the heart of the matter, Aries, is you're agitated, or somebody's watching you. Somebody else could be agitated, and they're watching you because they know you love somebody. You definitely love somebody in this reading. That part is, you know, undeniable. Yeah. Let's get another card for the heart of the matter. The Advisor and the Observer. So somebody here is watching or trying to figure out what they want to do, or being their own. Maybe you're asking somebody for advice. I feel like somebody's watching so they can be their own counsel. So they could, kind of advise themselves or ask themselves, what am I going to do? I feel like it's you. About somebody. You could be the observer and they could be the observer, and they could be agitated by what you are doing. Maybe you are like, I feel like in this reading you could be like telling yourself what to do, and somebody knows that. Like when I say telling yourself what to do, like making a decision. I'm going to do this, and somebody's kind of watching you here and it's bothering them. I feel like that's it. Because how you are affecting them is the sleeper. Like you woke up to what you want to do. Like I'm awake now. I know what I want. I'm not kind of, my energy's here. I'm not sure. You're not undecided. I don't feel like you are. I feel like you're kind of like going off to war to love somebody. The warrior is here. And what I mean by going off to war is like being affirmative, like, and determined. Like a soldier's, like the Knight of Swords is determined. Like, I'm going off to fight for this. I love this person. That's the energy I'm getting here. So what's coming? Your highest expectations is right here, the warrior and the head. So, you could be thinking, I feel like that's about somebody else, that somebody here is going to have a headache over this because you're fighting for somebody's love. Or it's a real problem for them. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. The head is like, like a headache, like a real problem, like cerebral, right? And the thirst card. Yeah, wow. This is your highest expectations. This could be you thirsting for somebody and you really want to fight for this person. I do feel like this has bothered you as well. Like you could have been either asleep to it, or you didn't want to face it, that you really love somebody, possibly. And sometimes a sleeper is somebody who sleeps on something. They're like, well, I'm going to make up my mind slowly, right? Because I have to go to work and do all this stuff, and, I have kids or whatever, and I'm going to kind of sleep on this. Some people, like Virgos, will take forever to make a decision. No digs on Virgos, but it's kind of like their mantra is, I analyze. It is. And I didn't make it up. No, an astrologer did. So, Virgos know. If you study astrology, people know, rather, that astrologers know that Virgos they analyze. They're perfectionists, and they're really into the details. And that's why they can be seen as picky. But at the same time, picky people are great workers, right? Because they're perfectionists, yeah. So let's look at the court, and this is coming into play, the coward. Wow, somebody looks like they're afraid to go to court, maybe, or to make a decision. Wow. The Pride card. It's funny here because this might not be somebody who's afraid to make a decision. I feel like this is somebody who is afraid you'll make a decision. Yeah, like as I was saying, like a final decision here. The Pride card is here, and the Pride card is arrogance. Usually, it is, or it's not a good card, you guys. I mean, we're supposed to have pride, like like your mom tells you, have pride in everything you do. In other words, do a good job. But we're not talking about that kind of pride so much. We're talking about arrogance. Yeah, and let's see what else we have. And the Wanderer. So this is coming into play. I feel like somebody's afraid you're making a decision here. Maybe they are prideful. And sometimes prideful is because, it's not always arrogance, but usually it's like through pain. Like if we're arrogant, it's usually because it's like a front. It's a little bit of a fake, right? And like if somebody's a player, sometimes it's just because they're insecure. They're not just a player because, hey, I wanted to grow up to be a player, right? It's usually that kind of energy, right? Yeah, the Wanderer is here. Somebody's afraid you're making a decision and that you're kind of like wander off. And the Wanderer, maybe they feel like they're in between worlds. Like they don't really have a home or a life with you anymore. You could be hurting their pride. And I feel like that's it. So the energies that are leaving here, the Seed and the Martyr. So Aries, this is somebody who is This is about kind of either sacrificing somebody or uncertainties. Yeah, and you know, this you could be letting somebody go here, and they are so afraid of this decision for you to do that. The sorrow card, do you see? I feel like somebody feels sacrificed here because, like, you know, and there's sorrow because I feel like you planted a seed with somebody, some type of seed that is going to grow into this beautiful thing here because we have the magic and the yin and yang. So let's look at the drunkard. This is coming soon, and this is concern. Okay, somebody could really be drinking here, and the other person are worried. And somebody could be worried here. This could be you, but of course it's your reading, but definitely there's somebody here, right? So this worry can be about repeating cycles. Like this keeps happening, and somebody really could be drinking too much. It happens, right? The sun card, the sign is how other people are affecting you. The return, you see, you want to return to somebody here. Maybe you have the sign. But somebody here is, you're returning to somebody and you're either you're like, this is how they are affecting you, but, you know, maybe you're kind of like, you're sending a sign. I feel like you're making a decision and kind of telling somebody here. Telling them, like, I'm going on, I'm moving on. I also feel like you're learning, like, yeah, this is, with this situation, you are like learning. Yeah, you are. And it's a good thing. So how you are affecting them. Somebody's worried about their security here. Or somebody, you know, I feel like this person concerned. I just feel like your person thinks that, you know, somebody here thinks that you are like moving on to be in a real union. They don't just think you're moving on. You know, maybe they're concerned about their security. I feel like they are. And how you are affecting them is the sleeper and the point. So you woke up. And from here on out, they know things are going to change. That's what the point is. It's the point where everything propels, everything moves, everything changes. Yeah, everything becomes different, or some action is now is the beginning of major action, and the marker is your hopes and fears. So you're affecting other people here, Aries. You're waking up to what you want, and now you're at the point of doing this. Yeah, and the marker is showing up with the moment, and this is your hopes and fears. It's possible here you're afraid somebody's going to get hurt here. Like like the moment that you actually move away from them. Yeah. The presence. It's in this reading, you could be like, I just feel like you have some kind of compassion for somebody here. Somebody who's feeling the sorrow. I just don't think it's you. And I think that over here, it's possible, Aries, that you don't want, like, you're kind of fearing here when this person really knows that you're at the point to leave or move on. Or possibly that you miss somebody else here and that now you're going on to be with that person. We're going to end this reading, Aries, and we're going to go to the extended. They're all super affordable. We're going to look at your person's current energy. We're going to look at their past energy and how they feel about you, the shared energy between you both, what they want, what they're afraid of. Right? Or what they're hoping for or doubting, right? What's on their mind, what you don't know about them, or what they could hide, and their outcome. They're all super affordable. I think I said that. Thank you so much, you guys, for joining me here. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Yeah, if you're out here in the Sunshine State, I think that's what they call us. I'm not sure. Cali, right? Make sure you go and on the 14th to bring in somebody who's going to stop all this craziness with these fires and all this stuff. You know, you should see my town here, you know, where I used to live in the next town. The homelessness is so bad, and the water, you know, they're not controlling the water. There's no water out here. There should be plenty of water. I was watching you know, these scientists talk all about it. Thank you so much, you guys. God bless you, everybody. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe.